The lifeline of Egypt, the Nile River, transforms into blood, a divine warning against Pharaoh's tyranny. Fish perish, and Egyptians face horror as their primary source of life becomes a curse. Even Pharaoh's sorcerers admit the occurrence as the work of a higher power. Egypt stands in disbelief, its heartbeat, the Nile, now a symbol of divine displeasure. Despite witnessing the power of the divine, Pharaoh's heart remains unmoved. The first plague ends, leaving Egypt to ponder the gravity of their situation, yet more shadows loom ahead. As Pharaoh refuses to free the Israelites, a powerful divine warning is given, foreshadowing the catastrophic plague to come. Frogs begin to swamp the land, unsettling the daily life of every Egyptian. Signs of divine displeasure grow unavoidable. Eerily accustomed to their usual way of life, Egyptians wake to find their homes invaded by frogs, an unsettling sign of divine wrath. Even Pharaoh's magicians replicate the phenomenon, admitting to the unmistakable signature of divine power in play. Despite the terrifying evidence, Pharaoh's heart remains hard as rock, unmoved by the frog's invasion or his magician's warnings. As frogs plague every corner of Egyptian life, the despair and discomfort among the citizens reach a new peak. The catastrophic impact of the frogs translates into a clear message: the divine will is not to be trifled with. Pharaoh, in his arrogance, remains defiant, sealing the fate for even more severe plagues to scourge the land of Egypt. As the frogs continue to dominate, the stage is set for further divine punishments, a testament to the consequences of defiance. Yahweh demands release of the Israelites, threatening Egypt with divine plagues. A massive swarm of gnats afflicts Egyptians, a display of Yahweh's might against Egyptian gods. Daily life is disrupted, emphasizing the magician's failure to counteract this plague. Despite the chaos, Pharaoh's heart remains hardened, refusing to free the Israelites. Egyptians suffer as Yahweh prepares for the next plague, further challenging Pharaoh. A final warning is given to Pharaoh, foretelling the severity of refusing Yahweh's demand. With Pharaoh's refusal, the stage is set for more devastating plagues to befall Egypt. The conflict between Yahweh and Egyptian deities escalates, transcending human understanding. In the midst of divine judgment, the resilience of the Israelites shines as they continue their quest for freedom. In ancient Egypt, Yahweh's power manifests as a swarm, unleashing chaos across the land. Beasts threaten the safety of people and livestock, a divine demonstration against Pharaoh's stubbornness. The Pharaoh questions the power of his gods as his kingdom suffers under Yahweh's might. Egypt faces unparalleled chaos, its ruler wavers between defiance and fear. This celestial challenge shifts the balance, questioning the might of ancient deities. This event is a crucial step towards the Israelites' journey to freedom and faith. As the dust settles, Pharaoh reflects on his stubbornness and the true power of Yahweh. In the aftermath, the Israelites see a glimmer of hope, a testament to their unwavering faith. A story of divine intervention inspiring a saga of freedom, belief, and the enduring human spirit. Against the backdrop of ancient Egypt, the fifth plague strikes, heralding despair and divine retribution. The pestilence ravages, leaving the Nile's banks strewn with the carcasses of the vital livestock. Hathor's followers lament as their protector's symbols, livestock, fall, signifying a power shift. The economic turmoil sparks as livestock, crucial to Egyptian life, ceases to sustain the once thriving civilization. Faith strengthens among the Hebrews as each plague brings them a step closer to freedom. Yahweh's challenge not only tests Egypt but reflects a divine battle of wills reshaping beliefs. The aftermath, a silent Nile, a questioning Pharaoh, and a wary populace, edge towards a new dawn. The serene life of Egypt disrupted by a devastating outbreak of boils, marking the onset of the sixth plague. Yahweh's challenge to the polytheistic beliefs of Egypt through the unbearable suffering of its people and livestock. Despite evident signs of divine power, Pharaoh's stubbornness grows, deepening the plight of his kingdom. Boils and sores spread, causing ubiquitous anguish and questioning of the Egyptian deity's power. The plagues serve as undeniable signs of Yahweh's authority, challenging the very foundation of Egyptian beliefs. Each plague only hardens Pharaoh's resolve to not yield, despite the suffering of his people. The Egyptian people reckon with the consequences of their leader's defiance against moral law. Amidst the chaos, the Israelites see a glimmer of hope for liberation, seeing the plagues as divine justice. With Yahweh's strength unchallenged, a final warning is cast upon Pharaoh, foreshadowing the ultimate deliverance. Yahweh commands Pharaoh to release the Israelites, forewarning dire consequences through Moses. A catastrophic hailstorm descends upon Egypt as foretold, destroying crops and livestock. Egyptians witness the unparalleled divine power, scrambling for shelter and survival. In a moment of desperation, Pharaoh relents, promising freedom to the Israelites. Pharaoh recants his promise, sealing Egypt's fate for more plagues to come. The hailstorm subsides, leaving Egypt in ruin. The Israelites' shackles remain. Yahweh reiterates his command, emboldening Moses and the Israelites to continue their pursuit of freedom. Despite the calamity, the will of the Israelites strengthens, unwavering in their resolve. The story closes on a hopeful note, hinting at the eventual liberation of the Israelites, despite Pharaoh's obstinance. In peaceful ancient Egypt, life thrives before a divine warning sets the stage for chaos. God warns Pharaoh through Moses, freedom for the Israelites is demanded. Pharaoh's heart remains unmoved. A dark, ominous cloud forms at Egypt's borders, heralding the divine plague. A devastating swarm of locusts descends upon Egypt, a dark wave consuming all in its path. Crops, greenery, all life choked under the endless wave of locusts. Egypt faces famine. Amidst the ruin, the Israelites hold on to hope, their faith unbroken by the plague. Pharaoh, witnessing the devastation, contemplates freeing the Israelites. Despite the devastation, Pharaoh's resolve hardens, sealing Egypt's fate to endure more divine wrath. As Pharaoh refuses to bow, further calamities are foretold, promising more suffering for Egypt. An unprecedented darkness envelops Egypt, causing fear and confusion. This darkness, a sign of God's power, challenges Egyptian gods. Egyptians find themselves lost in a world without light. Pharaoh's heart remains unmoved, his pride unyielding. Egyptians wrestle with hopelessness, questioning their fate. The Israelites, poised on the brink of freedom, sensing change. The final plague looms, a decisive moment for Egypt. Pharaoh concedes, under the weight of divine judgment. The Israelites set forth, their journey of liberation begins. Moses confronts Pharaoh with God's warning, free the Israelites, or face the death of every firstborn Egyptian son. Despite the grave warning, Pharaoh's denial leads to the inevitability of the 10th plague. As midnight strikes, the angel of death descends upon Egypt, leaving a trail of sorrow. Egypt wakes to unparalleled grief. Every firstborn Egyptian son, including Pharaoh's heir, is dead. Crushed by the plague's toll, Pharaoh releases the Israelites, marking the dawn of their journey to freedom. The Israelites mark their homes with lamb's blood, sparing their firstborn and birthing the Passover tradition.